Hey, what's up guys? Garden here, coming to you guys with a new type of video. So yeah, this is going to be a series called Vanguard Topic. I don't know if that's creative or not, but don't really care. I kind of like the name and I'm sticking with it. So the reason for this though is that there are particular topics in Vanguard that I feel like are worth talking about, but I didn't want to do what I did last time with my discussion videos and just heavily edit them. I mean, it's kind of the reasons why I stopped doing them, because I just became bored with them and I just didn't look forward to making the video. Like, I didn't mind recording it, but it was the editing process that I hated. And it really just demoralized me to make any more of them. And to be fair, I'm kind of happy with where I left them. I have no plans of doing like those types of videos again. It was fun at the time, and you know, I massive appreciation to everyone that followed me at that time, because my channel just blew up at that moment. But now I'm just sort of taking a chill approach to the channel. I don't really want to take it as serious as I did back then, because it really just, I almost stopped making videos completely, which I don't want to do, because I do enjoy making videos. It's just that, you know, I'll do them whenever I feel like doing them, you know. That's kind of how I roll, really. But either way, we do have a video today. Vanguard Topic, new series, fireworks, boom. Yeah, so this is just going to be like me talking and that's it. There's going to be like some sort of graphic on the screen, but it's not going to change like last time. So I'm going to be talking about the idea of the draw PGs being reprinted. And I think this is something that does need to happen at some point. I don't think it'll happen yet, but at some point it does need to happen. And there's a few reasons why. So the main thing is availability and game direction. So I don't know about you guys, but to me it feels like the game's moving in a direction where Bushiroad want to make multiple different decks within a clan. So like Royals have got Alfred and Soul Saber, Golds have got Ezel and Garmor, and we did have what's it called, Palinor before, which was the budget build. And yeah, it's like oh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm not editing coughs out of this because I can't be bothered. This is literally just going to be raw, unedited footage. So excuse me if I end up coughing in this, because I've had a cough for a few weeks now, and it's a bit irritating when you're trying to record sometimes. But anyway, yeah, I do think the draw PGs, they're these staple cards that the decks need, and if we're going to have multiple decks in a clan, I feel like for someone like me, I don't particularly like swapping in and out cards of decks. I find it just tedious and annoying, and it's like, ugh, sort of thing. So, I mean, that's a very minor issue. But the bigger issue is, there was a scenario that popped up recently where I was talking to my friend Jack, and he said that another friend of ours called Kyle, he was looking into building the Oracle Think Tank deck for Magus. You know, with the trial deck coming out for Misaki, he looked at the deck thinking, oh, it looks pretty cool. I might buy into this. I might play Vanguard, you know. I thought, oh, cool. The problem was that he found out that he needed the draw PGs for Oracle Think Tank. And the problem with that, they came out over half a year ago, more or less. What was it, like 6 or 7 months or something like that? Maybe longer. You know, in the first set, Unite Team Q4. And I looked at the prices of them, and wow. Yeah, on average, like, bear in mind, because we use pounds in the UK, so it's going to be different if you use like dollars or other currencies or like euros. I don't even know what the currency exchange rates are, but on average, from what I can work out, the draw PG for Oracle Think Tank was going for about £10, like roughly. There were some that were like 11. But 10 was like the overall rough value of them each. And yeah, 40 quid. So, well, sorry, for those who are not from the UK, quid is another terminology that we use here to say pounds. So apologies for the slang. But yeah, anyway, so the OTT draw PG was like £10 each. And I mean, 40 quid for like 4 PGs, which are like more or less staple at this point. It's a little bit off-putting to a new player. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a stranger to the old methods of Vanguard, you know, back in the olden days where PGs were just ridiculously expensive. Like that, I think they were like £15 to £20 each or something like that. I mean, if you've seen any of my time leak videos, I'm pretty sure that I've mentioned it in at least, if not all of them, some of them. So yeah, don't get me wrong, it was a lot worse back in the day, but even still, I think considering how staple draw RPGs are, they do need to be reprinted at some point. And there's actually an idea for this as well, to how they could tackle this issue, in my opinion. So one thing they could do is, you know, the rare PGs that we get in the sets, where it's like, it's a grade 1, it's a rare, and it's like, does anyone even use them? I don't think so. So, you know, it's like, they seem to be doing one of them for every clan at the minute, so we're still waiting for like Link Joker and Bermudas to come out, which I'm more than certain they're going to get one as well. So maybe an idea is, instead of continuing those bad grade 1 those bad grade 1 rare PGs, instead of printing them, why don't you just reprint the draw PGs? And you may think, well, yeah, you could do, but what if I already have them and I don't need more, you know? Well, I think it's good overall, just because there's more of them in like the market, and there's more of them being circulated, so they'll be more easily available for people. And that's kind of the main thing, is that at any point, if a new player wants to come in and they see the draw PG, and it's like, you know, there's plenty of them in cycle, that they could easily pick them up, that's good. I mean, don't get me wrong, some of the PGs are actually quite reasonably priced, I think, kind of. The Royal Paladin PG he sold, I think on average, from what I can work out, it ranged between 5 and 8. It was cheap on other websites than others, but again, currencies and all that, it gets a bit weird and confusing. But again, it's like between the regions of like £5 and £8, depending. That's a bit better kind of thing. But I mean, even still, you know, it's going to get worse over time the longer these things don't get a reprint. So I think they should replace those rare PGs, the grade 1 the grade 1 ones. The grade 1 rare PGs in the main sets, in every set, they should, after they've done one for all the clan, stop doing them and instead reprint the draw PGs to make them more accessible and just less of a hindrance to newer players. You see what I'm saying? So that's just a thought. But then another thought was like, what if they could make them to also attract the players that already have them? Because that would be better overall in terms of like marketing them. So what they could do, which isn't that far-fetched, is give them new artwork. And this is something I feel as though they could do, because we saw that in the Oracle Think Tank trial deck, they're not afraid to actually reprint the old triggers. Well, you know, the original triggers that the clan had, but keep them the same, just with new art. And I think that's very, very clever, because you're keeping the trigger lineup the same. Like, they haven't got any new triggers. They haven't got, like, you know, 3 separate critical triggers that they can play now. So you can play, like, a 12 crit build, which is another discussion in itself. But yeah, it's like you've got the same trigger pool that the clan has, but it's just that you've got access to 2 different arts now. So it's like you can have more customization over your deck depending on your preferences on the art. And I think that's pretty cool. You know, I think customization and, you know, choosing different artworks, excuse me, I think that's quite a cool aspect of the game that you could explore with. And I think if they do reprint the draw PGs at some point, I think if they do them as like double rares still, so keep them as they are, but just make new rarities of them, or sorry, new artwork of them, that could be pretty good. But I think in general, you should make them just more widespread and just replace that rare PG, you know, the grade 1 PG. Replace that with the draw PGs, make them rare so that they're more frequent and they pop up more, so there's more of them on the market. And then not only does that help newer players, but it also helps existing players, you know, if they give new artwork, to choose between 2 different arts that they can choose from. But also, it helps us with the multiple deck building aspect that the game has. So if you have, like me, for example, I've got a Soul Saver deck and an Alfred deck, so I can pick up 4 more copies of the draw PG to have for my second Royal Paladin deck. And that's pretty nice. You know, I think it's nice overall to have more access to staple cards like the draw PGs like that. So, yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. You know, whether or not you do this with like the VRs at some point, I don't know. That's a completely different kettle of fish, but I think they probably will do it maybe with the VRs, but they want to maintain value in the sets, because that's the one thing cool with VRs is that, because they exist in the set, there's a good chance you can get some good value out of a booster pack. And I think that's very important when it comes to like a card game, is make the packs make things in the pack feel worthwhile getting, even like commons and that, you can still put them to the side for like other deck builds or whatever, but like rares, double rares, triple rares, VRs, they've all got different values, and I think that's pretty important to have in a card game. So yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with the VRs though, because I kind of feel like in the next generation, after the Link Joker stuff ends with with the what do you call them? Like, you got deleters, and you've also got the other Link Joker guy in the anime at the minute. So once that arc's done, maybe in the new arc, instead of focusing on like Alfred for Royal Paladin, maybe they'll focus on someone like Gancelot instead and go with a different direction for the deck build. And maybe build it in such a way that maybe some of the support that the Royal Paladins got in these last two generations sort of thing, well, these last two seasons, like, like Bedivere and Kay, maybe that support could be carried over, but most of it kind of gets left behind and the new stuff takes over, because that's how a card game progresses, let's be honest. Power creep is something that is going to happen, but I think they want to do it in such a slow manner that it doesn't feel like it escalates to the point where it's out of control and just ridiculous. But again, we'll have to see. But those are just some thoughts I had, like, on the VRs and the direction the game's going. But the main thing is the draw PGs. I think those cards should be reprinted more, be more accessible to players, and yeah, it would also help with building multiple different decks as well. So I'd like to know what you guys think on this matter. So tell me, guys, what your opinions are in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this sort of format. Do you like it? Do you not? Do you prefer the animated version that I used to do? Which I hope you don't, because I really don't want to make those again. I really don't like how I made those videos back then. I didn't mind it for a bit, but yeah, I just want to make a sort of audio clip and then just put it into a video for you guys to listen to, and then just try to get a discussion going. That's all I want. So yeah, that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it in some way, and whether or not doing more of these, we'll see. But yeah, I should have a new mail opening coming out after this video, I think. But yeah, we'll see. I've got a few different ideas floating around, so we'll see what happens in terms of the uploads. But yeah, I've got some videos coming. Of course, I will do a video for Gold Paladin at some point. We will see about that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And yeah, until next time, guys, like always, have a nice day, and I will catch you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye.